Keith Mitchell here, and what's up, everybody? I'm finally unpacked from heading out to PAX East 2020, which was last weekend in Boston, Massachusetts. Now, myself, my wife, my 2 kids, as well as several other members of the Outerhaven Productions made the trek up to Boston, Massachusetts, so we can attend the popular East Coast gaming convention. And I gotta say, though there were concerns about the coronavirus and Capcom not being there and PlayStation not being there, that the event was actually a really good success. It was a smashing success. I would even say that this was easily one of my favorite PAX East events, and I've been to about 7 of them so far, 7 or 8 so far. Played a bunch of amazing games, which I'll talk about a little bit, and I ran into some old friends. You know, the gentleman Chris King over at 30XX Battery Stable Games, working on 30XX, which I played the demo of, and it is amazing. If you guys are fans of Mega Man X and you played 20XX, 30XX, it's gonna blow your mind. The team has expanded, as we talked about in the interview. If you haven't seen that, check it out on the outerhaven.net, or also on our YouTube page, or on the Spectator Mode podcast. We talked quite a bit about 30XX and how that studio has grown, so definitely check that out. I ran into another old friend, Stephanie Tinsley, who runs, well, you know who she is. I'm not gonna tell you who she is. You know who she is by now. She's always cool as ever, and she actually took some time out to talk to myself and to my daughter about gaming, which is really cool because my daughter, even though she's 18 and she's a huge pain in my ass because she's 18, she is my daughter. I love her very much, and she kind of fell out of the love of gaming for some reason, but she's slowly moving her way back in. So that was really nice of her to talk to my daughter like that. So kudos to you, Stephanie. That was great. Thank you. Outside of that, I do want to talk about the coronavirus concerns because, again, going into PAX East, we knew Capcom pulled out, PlayStation pulled out, Square Enix dropped the panel and a bunch of Final Fantasy 14 related events, but it was still a packed booth. Square Enix still had the Final Fantasy 7 remake, and it was packed every time you went there. Thankfully, I got a chance to play that game at the beginning of the show. Of course, you know, after PAX was over, Square Enix dropped the better demo that I've been playing nonstop, which is great. So I'm looking forward to that game. Getting back to PAX East, like I said, that booth was big. Everywhere was amazing. It wasn't really as packed, or it didn't seem as packed, just because where the PlayStation area was, there was more space to walk past because obviously PlayStation was there. Repop did fill in those gaps, but there was still a decent walkway. It didn't seem like there was as many people there, but there definitely was. There was a lot of people. I got to talk to HP Omen. I got to talk to IO Gear with their Caliper Gaming. They have a really nice upcoming peripheral or accessory for console gamers, which is called the Keymaner 2. Lets you connect the keyboard and mouse or your gaming joysticks or any gamepads to any existing or previous console, and maybe even upcoming consoles. It's really nice. I had about a good 10 minutes hands-on, and they demoed it off. They let me play Battlefield 2. Was it Battlefield 2? I don't know which one. It was Battlefield. And they showed me how you could change the settings on the fly. They showed me how I could adjust the sensitivity. And I was playing on the PlayStation 4 version, right? But I was using keyboard and mouse, and I didn't skip a beat. It was amazing. Keyboard and mouse was so good in that game. I've already told them, please let me know when this comes out because it's not available yet. I will get this and go on the PlayStation and go on Xbox and dominate fools. And yes, there's that whole thing about it's not fair because you're using a keyboard and mouse against people that are using a joystick and a gamepad. And you know what? I don't care. I will take any advantage that I can get because when it comes to console gaming and first-person shooters, I suck at them, not because I stink, because I don't like using joysticks. You know, playing Halo with a joystick or a gamepad is not fun, which is why I'm glad that Halo is finally on the PC. We're not going to talk about that right now. We're talking about PAX East, right? So again, during PAX East, I played a bunch of amazing games. Dunk Lords, which is a 2-on-2 basketball game. It's like, if you remember Arch Rivals, it's like that with some Street Fighter, some special moves, some zany gameplay. It is a lot of fun. If you enjoyed NBA Jam, you will like Dunk Lords. I've already talked about Final Fantasy 7 Remake, so I'm not going to talk about that. Talk about 30XX. Until You Fall, which is a VR game, which you can see to the right or left, how you look at this video right now. It is a sci-fi fantasy sword fighting VR game from Shell Games. I played that at PAX East. It's a lot of fun. I also purchased it when I came home because it's a great game. I think it's an amazing game. It's one of those games where you start playing and you're not very good at it, but you get to learn the mechanics, and then you're like a god. You're amazing at this game until the game comes back and says, "Oh, you think you're good? I'm going to smack your ass down." It's a lot of fun. As you can see in the video, it's very colorful. The gameplay mechanics are great. So I really like this game. If you haven't played this game, and you like VR, give this game a try. Streets Race 4, I got to talk to the lead developer of the game. That was great. He's very passionate about the game. He's also the co-founder of Guard Crush Games. We played that Streets Race for about a good 45 minutes to an hour. We talked about a bunch of things about the game. There is an article in the Outerhaven.net as well that talks about all the things that have changed from the previous builds. It talks about the gameplay mechanics, talks about what we can expect coming in the future, because they have some things planned that they're not ready to talk about just yet. So look forward to that. Panzer Paladin is a retro game from Trippy Games. It plays like an amalgamation of a bunch of old games like Castlevania and Mega Man and Metal Storm. Oh man, there's just so many games in there. It's great. There's gameplay footage on our YouTube channel. There's an interview on our YouTube channel and also on the Outerhaven.net. Magic Legends. I'm not a fan of Magic. I've never played a Magic game, but I got to get some hands-on with this game at PAX East, and I got to talk to the team about the game as well, and it is a lot of fun. Even if you know nothing about Magic Gathering, but you like action RPGs, you're going to enjoy this game. Trust me. If you like Diablo, Torchlight, things of that nature, you'll be right at home. It plays very well. It looks good. They're not even ready. This game is going to go into beta May 2020, but the full game doesn't drop until next year. Please look forward to that. It's just so many things. I'm just trying to remember. Ghost Runner, I mentioned, is pretty much like Mirror's Edge, Titanfall with the wall running, Assassin's Creed, one hit, one kill, crazy parkour. That was enjoyable. I'm going to say a lot of these games were enjoyable because a lot of these games were very enjoyable. They were a lot of fun. This game is coming out fairly soon, I believe. Keep a lookout for this game, Ghost Runner. It's a cyberpunk-ish game. I'm pretty sure if you type cyberpunk, you'll find it, or I'll leave the information regarding the website and how to access the game below. Yeah, you got to try it out. I said I don't have any direct footage from it. I was supposed to get some, but I left my recording apparatus in the hotel, so I couldn't bring it. So unfortunately, sorry, no direct footage. But if you check YouTube out, there are some websites, there are some outlets that did get some footage. The Enter the Gungeon House of the Gundead arcade machine was there, and that thing was packed the entire damn time. The entire time. I could not get into it. And I'm pretty sure I could have asked Devolver Digital to let me get some hands on, but I don't like going to events like PAX and saying, "Oh, I have a media badge, let me in now." No. If you're in line for a game, I don't want to jump in front of you and take over. I mean, yes, I like to get the footage and I like to get the information about said game, but at the same time, you're there for the same reason I'm there, to see these games, to enjoy these games, to have fun. So I didn't get any chance to get any hands on. I did talk to the company about how these arcade machines are going to get out into the wild. They said they should be coming out spring, I believe, and they're trying to get as many arcades as they can to pick this up. I'm hoping my local Dave & Buster's and Round 1 picks this up because I really want to play it. And they did pick up the recent, or not recent anymore, Halo game, so hopefully they'll get it. And if you live near a Dave & Buster's, tell them about this game. They may not know about it. Devolver Digital, you need to get this to every Dave & Buster and Round 1 that's in the United States. Please do so. I didn't play the game, but I saw it, and it was phenomenal. All right? And, of course, obviously, the Nintendo booth. I got my Isabelle pin. That's about it. The lines were crazy the entire time at PAX East. There was no way to get inside of that area unless you stayed in line for hours on end. And at times, they capped the line, so you couldn't get back in. It was simply crazy. It was just... Yeah, Nintendo booths are always like that. No matter what event I go to, Nintendo booths are always super, super packed. Talk to Seagate about some upcoming things they got. They've got a whole gaming line they're working on. I want to talk to them in the near future. Seagate, if you're listening to this or you see this, I still want to talk. I really want to talk to you guys about this. Really, really, really want to do that. Man, I mean, which is so much fun. Again, PAX East is always fun. And again, so the coronavirus concern, obviously, was on everybody's mind, but I will give kudos to Repop, PAX East, and all the vendors that were at the event. Every time somebody played a game or took off a headset or whatever, you could see those items being wiped down. The stations were completely sanitized every time somebody played a game. Every time I turned my head, there was somebody whipping out a Clorox wipes, and cleaning up everything. It was great. Or they had a hand sanitizer at the station, or they had wipes at the station for you to clean yourself off. At the same time, I was watching the custodial staff wiping down the escalators, wiping down the railings on the steps, wiping down doors. They were doing any and everything to keep the spread of any germs away from everybody else. And I gotta say, looking at Twitter and looking at Reddit, I mean, there have been some people that got sick at PAX, but I'm not seeing as many people saying, oh, I went to PAX and I came home with a headache and I feel like crap and I'm sick, because that happens a lot. We all know about when you go to conventions, you get sick. It happens. So big kudos to PAX East and to Repop for making sure this event was as clean as possible. Yeah, PAX East was amazing, was a success. That said, unfortunately, it wasn't without its drama. There has been some drama going on with a current gentleman who works in the gaming journalist scene, who may not be for much longer. I don't know. His name is Robert Workman. I don't want to get into the details. There's a lot of information out there on Twitter and on Reddit. There was just one incident with him, which has been compounded because apparently it's been going on for a while. Long story short, he's now banned for PAX East for life. Banned for all PAX events for life. My heart goes out to the person who was affected. Lillian, I'm saying your name wrong. Rupert. There was no reason for her to be harassed the way she was. And, you know, she's not the only person who's been harassed, either by him or by another ass person who goes around stalking people or harassing people for no reason at gaming events or even at non-gaming events. You know, men, we're better than this. We can do better than this. We shouldn't be doing this kind of stuff. You know better. Stop it. Simply stop it. If you don't think you can control yourself, you don't think you can control your impulses, if you don't think that you should be around people, then don't go to these events. Don't do that. There's no reason for you to be harassing people and stalking people, because now we've got this whole, oh, he didn't do anything, he was just being him, versus, oh, this guy's a complete ass, he's a clown, he's bad for industry, get rid of him. You know, there's always two sides, somebody defending someone, somebody going against someone, and we're seeing it here, and it's unfortunate because there's been enough evidence out there to show that this guy is a creep. I don't know. It's people, it's how people think. I don't know, and I don't want to go into it. There also was another report of another young lady who was a popular streamer being roofied at the PAX East Predator Party, which I was at, and I didn't stay at very long because honestly, they said you can check out all these greatest and latest gaming machines and monitors, and there was only a handful of those machines on display, laptops too. And for the most part, people wanted to get their drink on. I don't drink. I'm 43 years old. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't like to drink alcohol, obviously. So the party wasn't my kind of scene. But apparently, somebody was drugged. Thankfully, she had some people there that were looking out for her, and nothing happened. But the whole point is that it still happened. We're still going to these events. We're still doing dumb shit that we should not be doing. Guys, again, men. Be men. Be men. I'm not trying to say be manly and be getting up in everybody's face. No, I want you to be considerate and use your damn brain. That stuff is uncalled for. We shouldn't be doing that. PAX East is an event for gamers to come together, for fans of geek culture to come together, to enjoy themselves, to network, to mingle, to have fun. The stuff that these two incidents shown, and I'm pretty sure there are more incidents that people haven't talked about, but that ruins an event. That puts a frown on the event. And in the case of Robert Workman, we've once again got people saying, "Oh, gaming journalists are creep. Gaming journalists they're worthless. They always causing problems," which is not true. That's not true. For every rotten gaming journalist or person in the gaming industry, there are hundreds others that are great people, that are amazing people, that will give you their last dollar, that help you in any way that they can. So you people need to stop saying that, because that crap is not true, okay? And lastly, these death threats, y'all gonna need to stop that. Y'all need to stop that. If somebody is telling you that they fear for their life, that they don't want to be bothered, that they feel somebody's stalking them, the last thing they need is for an idiot or idiots to send them death threats. they're already frustrated. They're already scared. They're already in a state of anxiety. Why the hell would you send death threats in the first place? Seriously, every person who has sent a death threat needs to be found and taken care of. Arrested, I don't know. I really don't know, because the shit is uncalled for. And I'm sorry for the language, but every time I talk about that kind of thing where we're doing something harmful or something that affects our fellow human beings, it makes me mad. It really makes me mad. It makes me frustrated to the point that I get physically irritated. That's why I hate talking about these things so much. But yeah, PAX East 2020 was amazing. Other than those couple incidents that I heard of and was informed about, it was a great event, even with the coronavirus concerns there. I'm looking forward to going to next year. I really am. I want to meet the same people I met this year. I want to meet more people. I want to network with more companies and maybe do a little more next time, because I felt, I mean, I did a lot, but I'm the kind of person that's hard on themselves, and I feel that I can always do more. See, this video is like 16 minutes. I didn't expect it to go this long, but I did want to talk about my experiences at PAX East. So there you go. There you have it. What can I say after this? Oh, check out the Outerhaven.net. We've got some great gaming news, reviews, also anime, film and TVs. We got some great podcasts. We got a great bunch of people there. Please check us out. Also, our YouTube channel. We also have several great gaming podcasts. We got the Spectator Mode podcast. You can find that on Audio Boom, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple iTunes. We also have the Nintendo Entertainment Podcast, same places. We've got the A1 Podcast, a great anime podcast. Oh, man, we've got so many different podcasts. Just go to the Outerhaven.net, check out the information below, and check it out. We've got a lot of content that I think you're going to enjoy. But once again, yes, PAX East 2020 was amazing. If you haven't gone, I feel bad for you, but maybe you'll go next year, all right? This has been Keith from the Outerhaven, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Take it easy.
I want to take you for a ride.